Today we will be testing a spin and clean type of DIY vinyl cleaner. We will see how to make a homemade vinyl cleaner in an easy way using readily available materials to households. Stay tuned till the end of this interesting project. From our materials list, first we find a storage container. I procured one from Amazon. In its size, 5 records can be cleaned at once. I have given the link in the description below. Some plastic thermocols for padding between 2 records. Any rod of metal or solid plastic which shall be used through the record holes. The size must be greater than the width of your storage container. And the thickness should be such that the record does not sag too much when it is put through the holes. Some plastic washers which I will show how to use later. Multiple cotton cloths. I would definitely suggest using clean microfiber clothes that is readily available. A record duster or portable brush for cleaning vinyl. I got this from Nedris, Amazon. I have given the link in the description. Distilled water for cleaning records. Purified water can be used, but it is preferred to use distilled water in this case. Adequate water is required to dip the records to their level borders. As solvent, we will use surgical spirit, which is actually isopropyl alcohol. Roughly 70 to 75% alcohol spirit you will find in the local market. My bottle is 100 ml. So this is my pre-arrangements for our experiment. I cut the storage container a bit based on my requirement. First of all, try to keep the record as low as possible so that the solution uses less. But don't push it all the way down. Try to keep it a little higher so that the records can rotate easily. I cut the sides of the container in such a way that the records can be inserted into the container sufficiently. I drilled 2 holes in the middle of the container where the record rotating rod can be attached. This is where we slowly rotate the record using the rod. Before pouring water, we mark the amount of water we need to pour on the container. Care should be taken not to submerge the record level. I marked the last track of an LP record. This will help me with the water level marking. Now it's time to pour water. Care should be taken that the water does not go over the mark. We want the water to be slightly below the mark, leaving some space for our solvent as well. In my case, it took about 3.5 liters of water to fill to the container mark. Now the turn of solvent, which is our surgical spirit. I decided to mix the whole 100 ml with 3.5 liters of water. And even then I didn't know any proper proportion, and it was all an experiment at this moment. If anyone knows of better ratio, feel free to use it, and I'd be happy to know that also. Our solvent is ready, and this time if we dip a record, see the end of the track went into the water and not over it. It definitely pays to be careful. Now we will prepare our magic wand. One by one I bought all the tools to hand, and 5 records I choose that I want to clean first. And this time we will see the work of these rubber washers. I stuck a rubber washer on the side of the rod. Care should be taken that the washer are stuck a little tight. Now we inserted records one at a time and a bit of padding between each one with plastic thermocols. Normal thermocols can also be used, but since there is a fear of deterioration in contact with water, in that case plastic thermocols seems to be much better. Once our last record was inserted, I put the last washer and tightened all the records and thermocols. This tightness is necessary so that all the records rotate together when the shaft is rotated and none are slipped and missed. Now dip the records in our solvent and stick them in the middle groove. See that everything sinks in nicely. and that there is an even gap between each record. Now we will continue to turn the rod slightly each time at intervals. Care must be taken to ensure that all records rotate as the rod rotates. In this way, we can leave each batch in the solvent for 10 to 15 minutes and rotate them from time to time. We can make this time shorter or longer as needed based on the record's condition. Finally, when they have been in the solvent for enough time, it's time to pick them up and wipe them off. We prepared our towel for the base and kept a towel for wiping. But to be honest, there are no strict rules. Just do what feels right. Picked up a record from our record batch and put it on our clean towel. Take the record cleaner duster, soak it in some solvent to facilitate cleaning. We will clean each side 3 times in one way and 3 times on the other way. Always go with the truck when using the duster and not the other way around. Keep moving the duster along the truck to clean, always keeping the pressure gradual, not too high and not too low. Now it's time to clean the other side, and again put a little solvent in the duster 3 times on one direction and 3 times on the other. When done, wipe well with a clean dry towel and leave to dry. And finally, insert into the right place and help to stay dust free. So this is how I deep cleaned my records. I might not be able to demo it because of the copyright issues, but believe me, the differences are noticeable. The records that I used to listen with lots of pop and crack now play a lot smoother, better stereo and minimal pop and cracks. As a personal experiment, I am really happy with the outcome. I never thought I would see that much of changes. I am really happy. Hope you like this video. Thanks for staying.